All right, I told you I would get out of the truck and try and film a little from the property where I live. I'm currently walking east, and you know, uh, the property I live on is 40 acres out in the desert. Today's a glorious day, baking hot. Anyway, I'm trying to keep these videos short, so I'm going to try and get to the point. But I want to just say hi to everybody. 2020 is an amazing year. If you got 2020 vision, that's supposed to be perfect vision, clarity, man. And yet, as amazing as it is in the year 2020, I don't know if everybody has clarity in their vision. In fact, it seems like we're divided into two opposing sets of people that view what's going on in reality and what's real and what's not real, what's truthful and what's not truthful, and that we're almost 180 degrees out, man, which is kind of bizarre, but that's where we're at, man. And on both sides of the divide, you could say right or left, good or bad, however you want to size it up, but there's friends and family on both sides, people man, that say, oh, I see it this way or I see it that way, and you could be looking at them and saying, hey man, I've known you my whole life, how can you see the world the way you're currently seeing it? But it's like I said yesterday, the eyes are the window to the soul. It is what we load into our brains comes in through our ears and eyes. And, the Bible clearly says, for those that have eyes to see and ears to hear. And, the glory and the mystery of God is that it's not direct, it's not obvious, man. It's always kind of the opposite. So you could be staring directly at it and not see it, man. And, a perfect example is Jesus. You would think, him being God manifested on earth, he would come in all glory and all power. And yet he came as a baby, in a manger. And that's why he was literally born right under the nose of Herod, a pretty evil individual. And he kind of knew what was going on, but he didn't know what was going on. But that's kind of how God works, man, is sometimes, when the glory is unfolding, unless you have the eyes to see it, you may not understand exactly what's going on. But anyway, a lot of things are converging still. There's this thing called the George Washington prophecy that me and my friend have been, kind of studying, and we think that's in play. George Washington, he basically foresaw a second civil war, and it seems like we're on the verge of a civil war, which is the two sides can no longer be civil with each other, and especially the left. They're on the violence is the solution, which I'm going to tell you is not the solution. Love is the solution. On one side, there is no God, and on the other side, it's people who love God, and loving God matters just as much as Black Lives matters. And Black Lives matters, I don't know what to say, even though there's some truth to it. There's a super dark side to it because, the real truth is all lives matters. But anyway, getting back to 2020, there's a lot of things in play, man. Going back to the original Garden of Eden, Adam and Eve, when they were tempted by Satan, they looked upon the tree of knowledge. They looked upon it with their eyes, and they saw that it was pleasing. So they ate of the fruit, and the whole world changed. So, once again, that just shows you the power of the eyes, man, that, even if something looks good, that doesn't mean it necessarily is good. And, of course, another pivotal point in time is, the flood with Noah. That's in play. Also, the Tower of Babel, man. back in those days, the Tower of Babel, man was thinking as one, and they weren't thinking and loving God as one. No, they were worshiping themselves, man, and thinking there was no God or that they were better than God as long as they were one together. So they tried to build a tower up into the heavens, and as we know, the results of their foolish ambitions was that mankind was divided, confused by our languages. But, all of that manifested 6,000 years into the future is now in play, man. We got programs called Babel that teaches language. We got a program called Dragon that translates languages. And you know what? The European Union, which may be in play in the next year or so here, the capital of Europe is basically Berlin, and the Parliament building for the EU is in France, and it's a replica of the Tower of Babel, man. And in Germany, of course, is the gates of hell and the seat of Satan. Has all been transported there. So that's all about to be put into play is Babylon and the Tower of Babel. And of course, even Egypt and, Moses, we could be approaching what I would call a Red Sea moment where, by faith we will march forward. And even though the minions are chasing us and it seems like there's no hope, the divine finger of God steps forth and takes care of business, man. So, just spiritually, there's so much going on. And there's even the Sodom and Gomorrah is unfolding, man, because the current chaos and violence and lawlessness, man, that's all stuff that was manifesting back in the days of Noah and in Sodom and Gomorrah, man. No justice. And, God ended up destroying those cities, man, with brimstone. So, we are now on the precipice of some really, mind-boggling stuff going down. But, one thing I want to kind of reiterate is, when you read the Bible or read Revelations, there's good and there's bad in there. But, the whole story is not there, man, because that isn't how God works, is that there's plenty of stuff that's going to unfold that actually isn't written down, man, So the glory that's going to manifest, the light in the middle of the night, the morning star, it's all stuff that is meant to reveal the glory of God to those that are blind. And, I'm just going to end the message today was, Jesus saved everybody. He came to save everybody, man. And, that's in play. Jesus doesn't just give up on people. Jesus doesn't just say, oh, hey, Satan, do your thing. No, Jesus says all power is mine. And, he came to save everybody, man. And that's why there's much, much more glory to be revealed. Just like Jesus, when he walked with us, was constantly revealing the glory of God to those around him. Well, you know what? All of that is in play in these final days, in these final hours, man. But you have to have eyes to see and ears to hear. But, we're living in the age of mobilization, man, where whether it's TV, the phones, the internet, people are being programmed at a level that, it's greater than even World War II and Hitler's propaganda, man. But the mobilization, the mob rules, there are no rules when the mob rules. It's lawlessness. But, when God rules, it says he will rule with a rod of iron, man. But that's not like a taskmaster. That's not like a totalitarian system. No, ruling with a rod of iron is ruling with love and mercy and grace and compassion and with wisdom, man. But that there is justice and, there is an absolute truth, man. It's not debatable. So, all these things are coming in to focus, man. And, I will talk more about this. I didn't really get to some of the amazing things I want to kind of reveal so that you can see that there are just truly, you know, mind-blowing things coming straight out of the kingdom of God. So anyway, I will pick it up tomorrow.